Everybody, sorry for, I guess you could say the last video I put out. This one is kind of spur of the moment. It's at a moment's notice. For those of you that did see it, however, I had gotten in to what's called Italian Beretta Garand stocks. Now, I will say this, one thing I stated in that video was I thought these were for the BM59E model, and a user pointed out to me, hey, that's not a BM59E stock, at least as far as we know it, the magazine fed one, because there's no magazine well. And you know what? He was exactly right. However, I will state these stocks are exactly the same length. Just wanted to show you guys this. Now, that being said, these stocks are still really nice. They're cut exactly the same, with the exception of this area here. Do I think they will work with a BM59 Echo model? I do believe they can be made to work, however they are not drop-in ready. Now, I'll show you a little bit of a close-up. I'm going to set this stock aside and I'll show you the one that came from Sarco with the one that came from RTG Parts. This is the one that I got for $30. Now, I've got these side by side because I want you guys to see the detail here. You can see there is a notch cut out of this one, and that's where that magazine is going to sit. You know, where it's going to rock up in there and lock. Now, when you look at the cuts on these stocks, you look closely, these cuts are exactly the same down to the contours here. The only thing that would have to be done, as far as I can tell, unless I'm grossly mistaken, because I don't see any other contours that are different here, is that you would have to take and notch this section out. Now, if you're a novice in terms of woodworking, you may not want to do that. But I do want to show, or just to show, I do want to show you guys as a disclaimer, you know, my deepest apologies if I misled you on this. I just overlooked it. It happens. So I guess you could say this is my apology video. But do I think it would be hard to modify this stock for this? No, I don't. You could always take and put a set of calipers on here. And then you could just probably drill you a couple two holes here in the corners. Once you stencil this out, drill 2 holes, cut here, cut across, and then you have effectively your notched out portion for your magazine. Now, once again, that's probably more work than any of you would want to do. I totally get it, but I felt the need once again to put this video out to explain I was wrong, guys. I'm still going to use this probably for my BM59E. The only thing I can figure out is I know the Italian Beretta Garand stocks originally were made off of Garands that were shortened because they basically cut part of the chamber off in order to modify those M1 Garands and turn it into a 308. Now, I don't know the history behind these stocks. The only assumption that I can draw here is that maybe initially they took some of those Garands, some of those American-made Garands, and shortened them, turned them into a 308 without adapting them to a magazine. That's my guess, because the length of this stock otherwise doesn't make any sense, because this is not the right length for an M1 Garand, because it's shortened. That's my guess. I'm hoping someone else knows history a lot better than me on this, but other than that notch, these stocks are essentially identical, other than that notch right there. Like I said before, I think this can easily be notched out if you want to adapt it to a BM59E model. I don't see why you couldn't. You know, as long as you got some decent woodworking skills and you're not afraid to take a task like that on. Once again, the RTG stocks here and here, and those are what they call Beretta Garands. Maybe these are some of the first ones they produced in that 7.62 NATO caliber. I don't know, or produced for that 7.62 NATO caliber. But like I said before, that's the only thing I can think of that would explain the shortening of these stocks shorter than a standard M1 Garand stock. Guys, let me know. Once again, my apologies for those of you that did see the video. I think it had about 400 views before I pulled it. And while the rest of the unboxing was good, I keep going on and on, or kept going on and on about these BM59E stocks, and that's not exactly what they were. So, in the interest of trying to be as truthful as possible, I pulled the video. Of course, you know, you're not going to see it anymore. You're not going to see the comments because I didn't want to mislead anyone into buying these stocks thinking, hey, this will work just fine for my BM59E. So once again, everybody, my apologies for that. I'll try to do better in the future. I don't profess to know everything about firearms, and yes, as you guys have seen in past videos, sometimes there are some things that slip by me. This is a prime example of me not paying attention. Now, I'll be gut level honest with you, I'm still going to notch this out and use it for my BM59E. Nothing's going to stop me from doing that. But once again, that may not be something you guys want to take on. You may not have the woodworking skills. You may not have, you know, the tools and know-how necessary to do that. So once again, everybody, my apologies for incorrectly stating what these were. It's obviously a Beretta Garand stock, but for what particular model, I can't honestly tell you. Once again, my only assumption is that maybe these were some initial 7.62 NATO variants that were not magazine fed. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Really don't know. But anyway, just wanted to share this with you guys, and once again, wanted to apologize. And thank you for keeping me honest, guys. I appreciate that because I don't want to lead anybody astray here. Because while these are cheap investments, or these stocks are, you know, still your money out of pocket if you went out and bought one. So, as always, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you to my subscribers, and thank you guys for all your likes, your shares, your comments. And until next time, you guys have a great day.